Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of our computing lesson. And today we'll be looking at input devices. Input devices. Stay tuned as I share my screen with you and as we go through the lesson. We'll be discovering what is input device, examples of input device, and some uses and functions of input device. Let's meet at the other side and explore the computing lesson together. It is my Science Matcom, and we are here to help you with the teaching and learning of science, mathematics, and then computing. Stay tuned as I share my screen with you. See you. Today we'll be looking at input devices. Input devices. So input devices allow users to interact with their computers by sending information to the system. So they are essential for controlling software, navigating the user interface, and providing instructions. In short, input devices are devices that feed the computer with data and then command. So all the input devices, they feed the computer with data and command, as I've circled on it. So input devices feed the computer with data and what? Commands. And they help in navigating, controlling software and also the user interface by providing instructions to the computer. They are like the commanders to the computer. They tell the computer what to do. So they command the computer by providing data and information into the system. Let's look at common input devices that are around, which we often mention or we know. One of them is input device. So the input device, one of them, we have the keyboard, we have two mouse, we have touch screen, we have microphone. So the keyboard is a standard keyboard that has keys for typing letters, also numbers, and then punctuations. So the keyboard has letters or keys that is used for typing letters, numbers, and then punctuations. It also includes function keys for various commands and then shortcuts. That's the keyboard for you. So it contains keys for typing, letters, numbers, punctuations, and also function keys for several commands. When we come to the mouse too is another input device which allows users to control the cursor and then interact with the element on the screen using clicks, scrolls, and then dragging. So with the mouse, it helps to control the cursor on the monitor or on the computer screen. And apart from controlling the cursor, it also helps in interacting with elements on the screen by doing clicks, scrolls, and then dragging. The third example is touch screen. Touch screen is also an input device, and this input device allows users to directly interact with the display by touching it with their fingers or stylus. So the touch screen helps users to directly interact with the displays by touching it. So just as you have your smartphone, there is a touch screen, and that touch screen allows you to interact with the interface of your phone by just touching it. Then the fourth example, we have the microphone. The microphone captures sound and converts it into digital audio signals for recording and then communication. So the microphone transforms digital sounds that we input into the computer. For instance, if you are chatting with someone on WhatsApp, at times you can send in voice notes, and this voice notes is done digitally by the microphone. So you talk and then you send it to the person digitally on WhatsApp, and the person can listen. So it converts this sound into digital audio signals for recording. At times, when you are speaking with someone who is not close to you, maybe you are in Accra, you are speaking with someone in Kumasi, you take your phone, you call the person. that channel of communication that allows you to send the sound signals to the person in Kumasi. It's also the use of your phone microphone. So it inputs your sound digitally to the person at the other end. Now let's move on and look at other aspects of this lesson. So we want to look at the keyboard, some key functions and then uses. So let's look at the functions of the keyboard first. We have them here. So the functions we have for typing text, navigating menus, entry commands, playing games. The uses of keyboard we have for writing documents, coding programs, sending emails, and then browsing the web. So the keyboard has functions and it has uses. In most books, they are used interchangeably, but when we are to differentiate them, these are the functions, these are the uses of the keyboard. So the keyboard functions by typing text, navigating menus, entry commands, playing games, and the uses for writing documents, coding programs, sending emails, and then browsing the web. You can use these interchangeably and you will not be penalized. Let's look at another thing, the mouse. So the functions and uses of the mouse. So we have three common ones here. So the mouse for clicking. So the clicking, we have several options for the clicking. So we have the clicking here. Then there are several options. We have selecting items. We also have opening files. And then we have activating patterns. The second function or uses is the dragging. So the dragging, it helps in moving object on the screen, resizing windows, selecting multiple items. Then we have the third function, which is the scrolling. So the scrolling, it helps you to navigate through documents, web pages, and then lists. All these are also functions and uses of the computer mouse, which is an input device. Now let's look at the functions and uses of the touch screen, the touch screens. So it helps us in gestures, direct interaction, and then multi-touch. So the gestures, we can swipe, we can pinch, we can zoom, and then we can rotate to navigate and interact with the content. So when you use your touch screen, you can just wipe it, you can just pinch it, you can zoom in, zoom out, you can rotate your screen using the touch. You can even do screenshotting by using the touch. Then we have direct interaction. So at times you can tap, you can drag, you can select objects directly on the screen, enhancing user experience. And then another function and use of the touch screen is multi-touch. So you can simultaneously use multiple fingers for actions like zooming, scrolling, and rotating images. In some cases, you can zoom in and zoom out. In even some crucial cases, you can use your fingers to screenshot on your touch screen, just as like that and easily as that. So for gestures, for direct interaction, then for multi-touch purposes. All right, let's move on by looking at advantages of input devices. Advantages of input devices. So input devices enhance accuracy. Input devices enhance accuracy. In this sense, they help to enter data correctly and with ease. There is only few challenges to it, but they are always accurate with whatever thing they enter into the computer. Also, greater control. Using the keyboard mouse like this helps you to control the computer fully in all aspects. It also improves user experience. Improve your experience. It increases productivity, accessibility for diverse users, the wider range of interactions. So the keyboard at times can function as a mouse. The microphone helps you to feel free in accessing diverse users and interface as well. And then the touch screen helps you to personalize everything on your screen, which is so fun and easy to do with your fingers. Disadvantages: every good thing has bad thing as well. So disadvantages of the input devices: we have ergonomic concerns. So the prolonged use of these devices can strain and bring discomfort to you. It can cause a lot of injuries, especially with your fingers when you're using the keyboard. With your mouse, if your wrist is not that strong, or if you are someone who doesn't move a lot with respect to your hands, you are going to feel some pains. So that's it. So the ergonomic concerns, we are going to focus on the prolonged use can lead to strain, discomfort, and the repetitive stress injuries. So prolonged use of the input devices can bring this as well. Then the second one is limited functionality. So some input devices lack the versatility and precision required for specific tasks. So in the olden days, the keyboard was used for the mouse. Now we have the mouse and other things. Even though we have all these, some of their functions are limited to others. So we need others to help them function wholly or in full. Then cost variations. So the cost of these items too are not easy. Some are cheap, some are expensive. So the price range for input devices can vary significantly depending on their features and quality. So when you want good ones, you spend money. When you want the cheap ones too, you spend less money, but it won't keep long. And so getting the original one or getting the more quality one, you have to spend more time and more cash as well to achieve them. This is disadvantage in that regard. Then finally, let's conclude by looking at the key takeaways which you are supposed to send home today. So input devices play a critical role in human-computer interaction. Understanding their functions and advantages is crucial for choosing the right devices for specific tasks. Some other input devices I didn't mention include the joystick, the webcam, the scanner, camera, gamepad, light pen, and a lot more. So we have a lot of input devices which I didn't mention. The most common ones are the ones that I mentioned. Apart from those ones, we also have the joystick, the webcam, scanner, camera, we have the gamepad, light pen, etc. It is nice to have you once again on our channel to learn with you. And as usual, we come from mindsize.com, helping you in the teaching learning of science, mathematics, and then computing. It's good to have you as part of the community. Try your best to answer the questions at the end of the lesson to build yourself. You show it to your teacher, your mom, your dad at home for them to help you in the marking. Then you report back to us in the comment section. Leave also as comments and we will come back to check and then we will reply you likewise. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next lesson.